We celebrate 1 year of my newsletter here on LinkedIn. I decided to produce a video series with every newsletter put to a video, so you can watch the video to catch up with the newsletter going into the 2nd year. In one training module I worked through the summer of 2025, a single word appeared 53 times. 53. The word was reflection. At first I thought that was repetition. Then I realized it was a signal. Because almost everything that goes wrong in leadership, the unnecessary conflict, the decision nobody can defend afterwards, the good person who quietly resigns, almost all of it traces back to the same root. Somebody acted without thinking it through first. So today I want to talk about reflection, not as a soft skill, as a working tool, and I'll show you 5 of them. Let's start with the downside because it's more instructive. An unreflected leader doesn't just damage their own effectiveness. They tend to be effective in the wrong direction. They lead people into dead ends. They create conflicts that didn't need to exist, and then they escalate them instead of de-escalating. Add blinkers to that, and something worse happens. You start seeing a problem in everything. And once you're in that mode, you amplify problems instead of solving them. Automatic, impulsive action always ends in the same place. No alternatives, and decisions with nothing solid underneath them. Put simply, acting without reflection makes us regular victims of ourselves. And here's the part that matters for anyone who leads people. If we take that out on others, because we never processed it ourselves, the damage stops being private, it becomes collective, and the consequences do arrive, they always do. Now the other side of the ledger. Reflection strengthens self-awareness and clarity. It supports learning and development because experience without reflection isn't experience, it's just repetition. It reduces stress and restores emotional balance. It keeps your goals in view, which is most of the reason people stay motivated at all. And over time, it develops something harder to name: judgment, a feel for alternatives, which is exactly what lets you make better decisions under pressure. Most of you know the iceberg model. Roughly 20% of our daily communication happens in the conscious realm. 80% happens below the surface in the unconscious. The iceberg is far bigger under the water than it looks above it. That 80% is usually the part that decides the outcome, and we can't reach it directly. The only reliable route is to bring the unconscious into consciousness. Daily reflection is how that happens. You start asking about deeper motives. You've written down the small details of your days, and slowly the individual puzzle pieces assemble into a picture. Here's the image I keep coming back to, learned from a Wise Up course. Every day, with our own mind, we fill a glass, and all day long, we drink from that glass. Fill it with negative thoughts, and you spend the entire day drinking that, with the bitter aftertaste of something undrinkable. Fill it with gratitude, with affirmation, with the prospect of success, and you drink from that instead all day. Which is why, when someone is struggling, when resilience is low, I don't recommend starting with a system. I recommend starting with something almost embarrassingly small. A gratitude journal, 3 things a day, that's it. Anyone who captures the good moments once a day and deliberately points their attention at gratitude is reflecting with a purpose, strengthening the upward spiral. From there it can grow. Those 3 lines can become a real journaling practice, reflecting deliberately on the day, or even starting the day already reflected. One version I use, 20 minutes in the morning, writing down every thought that's in there, a mind dump. It empties the mind and creates clarity before the day has had a chance to make demands. Then set one goal for the day, and in the evening, among other things, reflect on whether you actually reached it. Over the summer of 2025, I discovered something that changed this practice for me. AI-supported journaling. I use a tool called Mindseer. 3 things it does that a paper notebook can't. First, you can ask questions of your own journal, not last Tuesday's entry, the whole thing. across weeks, months, years. Second, it analyzes the emotions in what you wrote and reflects them back. Over time, you genuinely get to know your own emotional patterns across a day, a week, a month, a year. You gain emotional access to yourself, and that means you spot problems early instead of after they've cost you something. Third, and this is the part I want to flag carefully, there are already studies suggesting that the wrong default use of AI makes us dumber. And the mechanism is obvious once you name it. We outsource the effort. The thinking, the organizing, the gathering of information, the assembling of it into a picture. The brain is a muscle. Stop loading it and it adapts accordingly. What makes the difference here is that the AI is driven through a coaching engine, so it doesn't hand you solutions, it asks Socratic questions. It pushes you toward depth and new perspectives, which means you strain the thinking muscle every single day rather than retiring it. That's the distinction I'd ask you to hold on to. Not whether you use AI, whether your use of it makes you think more or think less. Let me give you something I got wrong, because a video about reflection with no admission in it isn't worth much. Daily journaling was already contributing to better decisions, but at one point I took results from that reflection, some of the generated images, plus a text written specifically to pass it on, and sent them to an email distribution list with several people on it. That wasn't ideal, and here's why. Action should only follow once the first impulse, the one we have to recover and examine, has been fully processed. That requires three things. The emotions are integrated, the other person's perspective has been understood, and we have actually thought about how we want to handle the situation. In that specific case, the better move would have been to clarify the results with management first. Then, after alignment, to have conversations with the team. And conversations are probably better than email here, because a conversation allows a certain emotional depth, which is exactly what prevents misunderstanding. So this method still has a lot of personal potential for me, a treasure I fully intend to dig up. And to be clear, this is complaining at a high level. Nobody is perfect. Journaling works on the mind, but the body registers the same exchange. Think about the last time you got harsh feedback from a boss. The whole body tenses, the energy that should be flowing gets stuck, and blockages build up. I picture a blockage as a 30-liter canister of energy that we then carry around on our back. It weighs on us. It damages our health, and most people never put it down. Dissolve one though, and all that stored energy is available again. You feel fantastic, like coming back from a holiday. Journaling alone won't shift those. This needs a different tool, one that reaches the emotions and the body: meditation. In meditation, we learn to transcend things. In the Buddhist practice I follow, we release from the body and then return to it, full of strength and joy, seeing the body as a tool rather than as an identity. The impressions left by harsh, hurtful words leave us, and the focus returns to compassion, which incidentally is a highly effective tool for helping other people dissolve their blockages too. Ignoring blockages is a fundamental cause of suffering. Whole wars emerge from scarcity thinking and blocked energy on both sides. If everyone worked consistently at releasing theirs, there would be peace on earth. Other routes that work: mind flow and the asanas from yoga. Third tool: feedback from others. The catch is that useful feedback requires a counterpart capable of giving it constructively. If someone is mainly using the conversation to discharge their own emotional state, they are probably not the right person to ask. But we still receive feedback from those people, usually negative, usually unrequested. And then there are two options: either we respond immediately and counter what feels like an attack, which can cause real rupture, or we let it rest. In both cases, a new blockage has likely formed in us. The difference is that when we let it rest, we don't also re-trigger the blockages on the other side. And re-triggering is how small things become battles. There's a line I found in Tom Mogilly's book on the mind flow concept that stayed with me. Bosses, in particular, often run on a chronic energy deficit, which is why they tend toward attack to take some of ours. When we go into shock during an attack, energy flows from us to them. Every conversation is fundamentally an exchange of energy. Handle it consciously, and a few days after difficult feedback, you can feel like you've had 2 extra weeks of holiday. 2 more, briefly. Fourth, the existential questions. The human body usually lives 80 to 100 years, and then it dies. That impermanence is in everything, and when the end comes, almost nothing we identify with daily comes with us. Money stays, the car stays, the house stays, the yacht and the private jet stay too. What we take is our merit and ourselves. Reflecting on your life through that lens is a different kind of reflection. It goes into your values. Sometimes you find a new sense of purpose. Fifth, write your biography. I published mine back in 2017 and I reread it recently. It's refreshing to see how much the perspectives have shifted in 8 years. Journaling is the raw material for this, a treasure of entries that can be structured and made available to other people. And reading someone else's biography does the same in reverse. New perspectives and pitfalls avoided because somebody else already found them. One last thing worth knowing, negative experiences imprint roughly 3 times more strongly in memory than positive ones. So a positive self-image doesn't form on its own, it takes deliberate effort. And the moment we start passing that self-image on to other people, it makes an enormous difference whether that effort was made. Wisdom doesn't build itself, it requires continuous work on oneself. So if none of the tools in this video are for you, try just one thing. Tonight, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Do it for a week and you'll notice the difference in your mind. Do it for a month and you'll notice the difference in your character. May all beings act reflected. May the blockages dissolve. May the good energy be freed and may peace arise. Thank you for watching. Feel free to join my mentoring LinkedIn group.